Marvin Gaye, one of the most legendary voices in music history, the man who gave us Let's Get It On, Sexual Healing, and What's Going On. His voice was smooth, his songs were timeless, and yet his life ended in the most tragic way possible, shot and killed by his own father. How does one of the greatest musicians of all time end up in such a nightmare? Well, it's a dark and twisted story, so let's get into it. Marvin Pence Gaye Jr. was born in Washington, D.C. in 1939. His dad was a preacher, and his mom worked as a domestic worker. His father, Marvin Gaye Sr., was strict, like scary strict. He ruled with fear, and he made sure everyone, especially Marvin, knew who was in charge. And get this, he hated music. Ironic, right? Because his son would grow up to be one of the biggest musical icons of all time. But despite his father's strictness, Marvin found music. He joined Motown in the 1960s and started cranking out hit after hit. Songs like How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You and Ain't That Peculiar made him a superstar. And then came the 70s, his golden era. His 1971 album What's Going On wasn't just about love, it was political. It tackled war, poverty, and injustice. But while Marvin was climbing the charts, his personal life, it was falling apart. Behind the scenes, he battled depression, drug addiction, and financial problems. His marriages were a mess, and he owed millions in back taxes. And worst of all, his relationship with his father never got better. By the early 80s, Marvin was in trouble. His drug use was out of control, and his finances were in ruins. So in 1983, he moved back home. At 44 years old, one of the biggest music legends of all time moved back in with his parents. Marvin's father still disapproved of him. They fought constantly, and their arguments got violent. Then, April 1st, 1984. Marvin and his father got into another explosive argument. This time, it turned physical. Marvin reportedly shoved his father, knocked him down, and beat him up. Minutes later, his father stormed into his bedroom with a gun, one that Marvin himself had bought for him as a gift. And then, bang. Marvin Gaye was shot. Not once, twice. First in the chest, then in the shoulder. He collapsed instantly. Paramedics rushed Marvin to the hospital, but he was already gone, just one day before his 45th birthday. Marvin Gaye Sr. was arrested on the spot. He admitted to the shooting without hesitation. Despite killing his own son, he only served 6 years in prison because of a plea deal that reduced his sentence to voluntary manslaughter. He died in 1998 at 84 years old. But here's the thing. Marvin Gaye may be gone, but his music, it's forever. His songs have been covered, sampled, and celebrated by everybody. Artists today still pay tribute to him because his voice and message were that powerful. So, what's your favorite Marvin Gaye song? Let me know in the comments, and if you want more crazy real-life stories like this, hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.